And this one right here for all the fellas who know exactly what to say to a woman. I like it when you say I look good in my outfit. Yeah, sexy when I get my hair and my nails fixed. You know I gotta keep it. I lick my lips, then rock my hips. Sunshines, all the good need is a compliment. I like it when you.
Hey guys, I want to come to you today with a vlog. I usually do not do vlogs, but I think this one is much needed. Um, I'm coming to you today because I was talking to my friend and she was asking me what my opinion about her relationship situation. And by no means am I a relationship expert. My relationship isn't the greatest. However, um, it's just my opinion. Just like an asshole, everybody has one. So I hope I'm not offending anyone or scratching anybody the wrong way, but I would love to know your opinion. So feel free to vent in the bottom box. But with that being said, like the title says, contributors or providers. In a relationship, I feel like you have contributors and you have providers. I can see two providers getting together and having a wonderful relationship. Um, but two contributors is going to keep knocking heads. Okay, let me break that down. A contributor is a person who is not able to stand on their own, but they contribute well. Meaning, um, instead of you cutting everything in half as far as the bills or monetary wise, you know, one person is responsible for paying everything basically, and the other person contributes to whatever it is that you have. Okay, that doesn't make the contributor a bad person. That just means that for whatever reason, they're not the provider in the relationship. If you have a provider that has gotten with a contributor, I can see that working out as long as the provider understands that they have a contributor on their team and not a provider. See, what things kind of mess up is you get with a person and you want them to be a provider, but they're a contributor. And a contributor is just what it is. You cannot make a contributor be a provider. Okay, with that being said, hold on. With that being said, don't fool yourself. If you get with a person that lives with their parent or parents or however it is, or their cousin or their roommate or whatever, and they're splitting everything up, going half on this or a thirds on that or whatever the situation, or they're not paying anything, do not, please do not feel like just because you came into their lives and then they move in with you, hence contributor, and then they move in with you because you have more mm, you have a more established situation. So just because they come into your situation doesn't change who they are. When you start wanting a person to be something different than when you first met them, that's where a bunch of freaking aggravation comes in. You can't change the person that they are. If they're a provider, sometimes providers fall off. That's why if you have two providers, you can live good. If you have two people used to carrying their own loads, I can't see nothing but to come up. But if you have a person that is not used to carrying their own load and you fall off, how are they going to help you? Think about that. Now, ladies, if you know that you are a contributor, I mean, keep it real with yourself. If you know you are a contributor, you might not want to get with a contributor. Y'all not going to have shit. I'm being real. You're not going to have anything but a bunch of fucking aggravation. And guess what? Both contributors are going to go outside the relationship to get what they can't get in the relationship. You feel me? Because most times, contributors, they can't do a lot for themselves. So guess what? They're going to go find somebody that can do for them. Whether you're male or whether you're female. Works both ways. Okay, so um I know that my friend isn't the only person that has this type of situation. If you have this type of situation, I'm dying to know. Please leave a comment. I'm dying to know your take on that. But in my opinion, in my opinion, please be mindful who you get in a relationship with as far as knowing their status, if they're a contributor or a provider. Please know, because, hold on. If you don't know and they trick you like they're a provider, because that can't happen. If they trick you like that, like they're a provider, and then you get in a relationship with them, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out if you've been hoodwinked. Prime example. You're in a relationship with this person, and this person is living in their own thing. Well, when they come to your situation, first clue, when they come into your situation, if they keep having these situations come up where they can't provide, get rid of them motherfuckers. Seriously. Because it only gets worse. It only gets worse. And if this just happens to be the guy in the relationship, just note that I haven't had a great marriage, but I did have a father. And a real man would not want to come into a woman's already established relationship and be a contributor. They wouldn't. They would not feel great about doing that. They would want to have their own thing going on, not depend on a woman's situation. So, with that being said, know your partner's status. Know their status. I'm not saying a man has to make $100 million. I'm not saying that they have to already come with everything together, because women don't have everything together, and vice versa. However, it's only but so long if you're a provider and you fell off that you need to get back on. It's only a limited time. You don't have to be in a relationship with a person for 2 or 3 years and they still haven't jumped on the bandwagon. I've been burnt out. My car been set on fire. I just had my truck totaled in the last 3 weeks. Guess what? I'm still standing. And every time I get knocked down, I jump back up. That's what a provider does. A provider it doesn't take a provider a year, 2 years, 3 years down the road just to replace a car that broke, or because they got put out, burned out, or something happens for them to get back up and get their own shit again. So, get it together.